Hi, I'm Heather Dawson, and as always, it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. Well, let's start off with one of LA's hottest restaurants. California Live's Audra Stafford shows us what's being served up for the holidays at Koi, Los Angeles.
The fireplace is lit, the holidays have arrived, and here at Koi, Los Angeles, that means some tasty new dishes have arrived on the menu. Nestled along a busy stretch of La Cienega Boulevard, Koi is known for its good taste.
The food that we do here is Japanese fusion.
And tastemaker customers.
We've been known to be a hot spot with celebrities coming in. We have had Steven Spielberg and James Cameron, people like that.
And when executive chef Rob Lucas wants to try out a new recipe, those celebrities become his guinea pigs.
Because I can get the honest answer. They'll be like, Rob, we like it, or, oh, maybe. But they'll give me the honest answer. So if they eat it, then hey, the public will eat it.
Right now, the public can have their pick of a variety of new holiday items like the thirst-quenching V-Fizz,
which is made with Vive, champagne, Saint Germain, and pomegranate juice.
And Koi's autumn twist on the Moscow Mule.
Using the pear vodka with some lime juice and ginger beer.
For starters, there's the kabocha truffle fried wonton.
Kabocha meaning Japanese pumpkin.
For the main course,
I have the pan-roasted duck with a plum wine and cranberry relish with the shiso.
No holiday meal would be complete without the pumpkin pie, and Koi's has a little something extra.
The amaretti cookie crumbs that come on top, so you get that kind of like of a amaretto flavor.
These mouth-watering menu items are enough to tantalize anyone's taste buds, but it's the challenge of creating them that gets Chef Rob's juices flowing.
Coming up with the holiday thing, what can I do that's different? Something that no one's done, or a challenge. What can I do that's going to make me different, make Koi different, and taste great?
And when he nails it,
just to get the compliment of, wow, it was great, thank you very much. That means the world to me. So it gets me to go, okay, I got to make something even better.
Bringing you the best of California from Los Angeles, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
Hi, I'm John McLemore with Masterbuilt, here to show you how to safely fry the best tasting turkey you will ever have with the Butterball Indoor Electric Turkey Fryer. First, always make sure that you have a completely thawed turkey. While your turkey fryer is heating up the oil, give your turkey a warm water bath, take it out of the warm water bath, and completely pat it dry, getting rid of all of the excess water with paper towels. We're then going to inject in multiple areas of the turkey your favorite injectable marinade. Today I'm using a buttery Creole. You want to make sure you get all areas of the legs, the thighs, and both sides of the breast using 1 ounce per pound. You then season the outside of your turkey with your favorite Cajun spices, the inside of the cavity and the out. Now here's where it gets fun. We're going to lower the turkey into the turkey fryer. Always do that slowly. And fry this turkey in about an hour. 4 minutes per pound. We're frying a 16-pound turkey here in 1 hour and 4 minutes. Again, always lower the turkey in slow. Set your timer to 64 minutes, 4 minutes per pound. Close the lid, and your results are this amazing. You'll never have an oven roasted turkey turn out like that, which is another great reason to have the Butterball Turkey Fryer. It frees up your oven for all of your casseroles and your desserts. You can get all of this information by visiting us at masterbuilt.com.
Coming up on California Live, do you think you've found the right marriage mate? Or are you seeing clear signs indicating it's time for marriage counseling? Our next guest, America's marriage doctor, Jacqueline Del Rosario, is here to help us break the pattern by promoting healthy marriages. Have you ever wondered if you've chosen the right life partner? Well, our next guest can help you answer that question. California Life is happy to welcome America's marriage doctor, Dr. Jacqueline Del Rosario. She joins us today to discuss how she has helped thousands prepare to tie the knot and to improve their marriages. We are so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us in studio.
It's my pleasure.
And this is a subject that I'm imagining if you sit on a plane, people want to talk to you about it endlessly. Like we've been talking, just waiting for the show to start. I mean,
Absolutely.
do you find that everybody has questions, and I mean, who doesn't want love?
Everybody does, and everybody wants to be in a winning relationship.
What are some of your tips for analyzing just the perfect compatible mate?
Well, I think you said it. First of all, learning compatibility. So I think that the very first thing is they have to learn how to analyze who's compatible and who would make a suitable mate for them. Then I think that the second thing is that they have to be ready to understand that it requires work. All of us think that love is all you need, but that's really a misnomer. It's not true. You really have to be ready to do the work. And then you have to get fit, learn the relationship skills so that you can negotiate the institution of marriage successfully.
And how about for people that are already married? I mean, do you have tips for, gosh, we're always working on it.
We are. But you know, as a counselor, one of the things that I find is that most married couples have issues surrounding gender. They're unhappy, and these are gender issues. In other words, he's male, she's female, and so males tend to like certain things, females others. We need to accept the gender differences and learn to work with them. They actually bring balance into the relationship. And then number two, if there's things that we're unhappy with in the marriage, learn to negotiate. You can really find a happy meeting point somewhere in the middle. And then I think that the third thing is that they have to be willing to learn the art of war, learn to fight fair, and learn how to find an agreeable point.
We recently watched my wedding video, and one of the things that they were saying, oh, give advice, they do that at weddings, and somebody said over and over, compromise, 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 and I didn't get it at the time. I get it now.
Yeah.
And when is divorce an option?
I think divorce should only be an option when you're in an abusive relationship. If you're suffering physical abuse, mental abuse, or emotional abuse, then you need to get out of that relationship. But for the most part, if the parties are in love, if they're committed to working through the relationship, really all they need is they need the right compass and the right skill sets. And I think that we can work towards making that relationship healthy, successful, and fulfilling.
There's so many books out there. There's so many websites. There's, all these different angles telling you, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. What are some of the mistakes that you see that people make?
Well, the first mistake, as I mentioned, is not assessing compatibility and just going for the love thing. Number two, misconceptions about what marriage is all about. We kind of have this watered down version of what marriage is about because we see it on television. It's romanticized. We have this notion of the Prince Charming and soulmate concept. But really, relationships are about work, and they can be fulfilling if you have the skill sets that you need and you put in the adequate work to make them work.
Well, you should know, 22 years. Congratulations.
22. Thank you.
What's your secret?
Well, I used to be so afraid. My parents were married almost 40 years. I was concerned if I had what it took to make it work. And I think I figured out what does. And again, my husband and I became very, very compatible throughout the dating process. We understood that, not just that we felt we were compatible, but I've identified that there's 7 domains of compatibility in marriage. So if you are talking about these different domains, you can adequately assess, am I really compatible with that person? As a counselor, what I find is that many times I meet couples that are married, one wants children and the other one doesn't, and they have to have kids. And then how do you make that work? Why are you two together? There's gross incompatibility there. And so what worked for me was, first of all, compatibility, learning how to fight fair and working through this whole issue of marriage as a partner, as an equal opposite in the relationship.
What's your advice for people that are just stuck with the grass is always greener on the other side?
Instead of worrying about greener grass, water your own grass. Fertilize it, and it can also be green.
I love that. I love it. I think I need that, on my signature on my website. That's just wonderful. Any other tips that maybe we just didn't touch on that, we can get from the website and also from the book?
Well, sure. Actually, when you visit the website, bestmarriagekeys.com, I've really taken a lot of time to really make sure that I give people bite-sized nuggets to help them daily to walk out a good relationship. So whether you're about to get married, need to understand what is it going to take. If you're already married and you're having some difficulties, or if you're just happy and you want to make it get better all the way through, then you can visit our website and you can find out exactly how you need to do that.
Thank you so much for being on our show. It's just been a real pleasure.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Technology Technology is revolutionizing how we connect to our homes. And tech expert Andrea Smith is here to show us some of the smart devices making their way into our homes now and for the holidays.
I am so excited about connected devices and voice control, making our homes a little smarter and our lives a little bit easier. I've partnered with these great brands to show you how you can do this too. Let's start in the kitchen. GE Appliances has teamed up with Amazon's voice service Alexa, giving you hands-free convenience and control in the kitchen. Their Alexa skill, called Geneva, is the first to let you control Wi-Fi enabled appliances like the laundry, the dishwasher, even the oven. I don't know how many times you've had chocolate chip cookie dough all over your fingers and you need to preheat the oven. You don't have to touch a thing. You simply say, Alexa, ask Geneva to preheat the oven to 350, and it does it for you. Now, these GE connected appliances work with Amazon's Echo, Amazon's Tap, and this new Echo Dot, which is perfect for the kitchen or any room in the house. Echo Dot can read you the news, can tell you the weather, and can even order a pizza for you, which is totally cool. It's super useful in the kitchen. I use it to set a kitchen timer when I'm cooking and to control my lights and fans in the house. And it even connects to this Bluetooth music speaker, the Bose SoundLink, so you can get music throughout your home controlled by your voice.
Another area of the home that's getting a high-tech makeover is your thermostat, complete with voice command features.
It's amazing. You can control this with your voice now. The Lyric Round Wi-Fi thermostat from Honeywell works with Amazon Echo and with Apple's HomeKit. So you can just sit on your couch and ask either Alexa or Siri to adjust your temperature. Of course, it syncs with your smartphone, so you do it right on your phone. You can set a schedule so that you can say you want the house a certain temperature when you're away, a certain temperature when you're home. It's got geofencing technology, so it even knows when you're away or away on vacation, and it adjusts itself, so it saves you energy and it saves you money. And you will never forget to change your filter again, because their smart alerts send a notification right to your phone to tell you it's time to change.
And with all these Wi-Fi devices running in the house, you need to keep them all connected. And Andrea has just the thing.
The D-Link AC1900 router gives you the ultimate Wi-Fi performance. It's got dual band technology, so it controls all these devices, giving you smooth HD media playback and lag-free gaming. You don't want those hiccups when you're watching a movie. And I love that it has parental controls, so you can actually cut off access to the gaming device during homework time if you want.
To get more information on the D-Link router and all the devices Andrea showed us, go to killerapps.com. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
How do you know if your child has ADD? It's a popular question. Well, I'm here in Orange County where one doctor can answer just that and is doing miraculous work helping parents deal with their children who suffer from the disorder.
With the new school year upon us and October being ADHD Awareness Month, many parents can't help but focus on the strength of their own children's focusing abilities, which is crucial for young kids to thrive and succeed in school. Coupled with a fast-paced technology and information-driven society, getting kids to focus is becoming harder and harder, and identifying their problems equally as difficult. That's where Dr. Faber at Amen Clinics in Orange County steps in.
We are in the information age, and I think the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to see a lot of changes in terms of our education, okay, and what really gets prioritized. So what does this have to do with concentration, all right? In order to do well in these types of classes, the more you're able to take in information, understand it, and then either manipulate it or reverberate it back, the more likely you're going to be successful. So henceforth, being able to pay attention and memorize are two big components of that whole piece. You know, so if I'm a parent looking at my child saying, hey, where are the opportunities in the next decade? You know, I'd start saying hard work is one thing, okay, which was kind of like what I was told growing up, but it's more now. It's hard work and learning how to focus better. It's hard work and learning how to read more effectively. Hard work and learning how to memorize more information faster.
If you sense your child may have ADD or ADHD, Dr. Faber says step one is doing your research and finding books and information on how to help your child concentrate and focus better. Step 2 would be to hire a tutor to guide and inspire your child. Third would be to go seek professional help, like a pediatrician or a psychiatrist. And if none of those options seem to work, Dr. Faber encourages patients to come visit him in his office, where he is taking a revolutionary approach.
Most of the patients we see, they've gone the traditional route, all right? They've seen their psychiatrist or their pediatrician. They've been on stimulants or some other medication similar thereof. They're not working, and the parents feel like they're at their wits' end, so they come see us. And then we start to get a better understanding from a neurophysiological standpoint, what's going on with the brain and how to address the problems. There's several things. One, they'd work with our historian and we'd get a complete history, which means we spend about 2 hours with that individual and their family, getting the whole history from their parents to their grandparents to the course of what problems they've had. Second, we would have them do a number of questionnaires, some of which deal with specific neuroanatomic areas of your brain. We can ask questions to get an idea of where problems might be. We'll also ask questions about other hormones in your body, like thyroid hormone or cortisol, okay? Sex hormones, all because they can affect focusing. There's whole mind-body push, and we use that to kind of get some ideas of what might be helpful. And then we'll do our SPECT scan.
A SPECT scan is similar to a CAT scan, but with less radiation. It allows Dr. Faber to look at how the brain is functioning and diagnose what, if anything, is wrong with it. So far, 75 to 85% of patients who visit the Amen Clinic have had success in diagnosing and treating ADD and ADHD as compared to other methods. Dr. Amen started this approach 25 years ago, and it has since morphed into what it is today. After going through the traditional routes, using prescriptions and holistic approaches, Dr. Faber will turn it up a notch and actually look at the physical functioning of the brain.
We'll put you in our what we call SPECT scan machine, which is basically a machine where we'd put you on a flat bed, roll your head between these 3 boxes that form a big circle. Looks like a little mini MRI machine. The boxes are actually gamma cameras, and what they do is take snapshots, click, 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 as they go around your head. It takes about 15 minutes for those cameras to do their thing. Once they get to the top, boom, you're done for the day. That's your active scan the first day, then we do another scan the next day where we have you relax a little bit more and do the same thing. With those cameras, we run it through our software and can get some 3-dimensional pictures of the brain, looking at both the surface as well as underneath, and start to come up with an idea about what's working well and what's not working well.
The most important step, Dr. Faber says, in diagnosing a child's problem is getting to know your child's teacher well, so you can learn how they're functioning and behaving in class. Typically, society identifies ADD students as children who are overly active and have a difficulty focusing, but it can take many forms and has many symptoms.
The other thing I'd be really observant is some kids aren't overly active. You know, they're actually kind of quiet and they're good kids, but their grades are really bad. And it's like, well, what's going on? Is a kid, you know, we usually hear lazy or they're just not trying hard. Well, that's sometime, but a lot of times these kids, they just aren't focusing well, okay? So in that case, you want to also ask the teacher, what's your perspective? I noticed my child's a good kid, his Conic scores are well, but why is he getting C- and Ds on these tests? Well, he might have a learning disability. Well, okay, let me ask a couple more questions. Now, this is the kind of stuff we do that I'd be asking, because there's different types of focusing problems.
For more information on Dr. Faber, visit amenclinics.com. Bringing you the best of California and Orange County, I'm Conchetta DeLuca with California Life.
That'll do it for us this week. If you missed any part of our show, please go to our website, californialifehd.com, and like our Facebook page. We'll see you next time.
Or watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.